"It was a better year than last, sir," Burrows sought to cheer his employer. "And we'll be getting a good price for it." That much, at least, was true. With food subsidies still high up on the government's list of post-war priorities, farmers remained a pampered segment of the population. But Madden's personal satisfaction derived from humbler roots. Like a boy with a new toy, he had been looking forward to watching the deer harvester they had bought in the spring, an American machine shipped to England during the war, second-hand, but with relatively little wear and tear on it, go about its work. Now he would have to wait another year. He glanced at his watch. Although it was only mid-afternoon, too early to think of going home, he felt the prick of conscience. He had returned from London the previous day, and, with the excuse of having much to catch up with both at home and here at the farm, had managed so far to avoid dropping in on Angus Sinclair, who he knew would be waiting anxiously for any news he might have brought back. "I've really nothing to pass on to him that he doesn't know already," Madden had told his wife. Helen had been at the station to meet him and Lucy when they had returned home for the weekend. "He's bound to be disappointed." Later that evening at supper, he had brought them both up to date on the inquiries he'd been making on the Chief Inspector's behalf. "Did you ever know Jack Jessup?" he had asked Helen. "He must have been a figure in society before and after the First World War. I was thinking you might have run into him." "Daddy's being diplomatic," Lucy had interrupted. "He means when you were going to all those parties with Violet." "Thank you, my dear. I'd never have guessed." Helen smiled sweetly. She turned to her husband. "No, I don't think I did. He would have been quite a lot older than the people we went around with, but I remember what they called him, Black Jack Jessup. He was supposed to cut rather a dashing figure." "And you wouldn't have known his son, of course." "He would have been too young. He can't be much more than 40 now. Why do you ask?" "I may have to go and see him, though I want to talk to Angus about it first. As things stand, there's really nothing more than that pendant to indicate that they might have arrested the wrong man, and it's not enough in itself. The Yard won't move on this unless something more turns up." "Then why are Angus and Mr. Derry pushing so hard to get the case reopened?" Helen had put the same question that Billy had asked earlier. "They must know that." "I'm sure they do." "Then why?" Lucy had persisted with the query. Madden had hesitated before replying. It was a question he had asked himself, and he was still not sure that he had the right answer. "It's not that easy to explain," he said, "and I may be wrong, but it's to do with the feeling they both have that they may have made a mistake. Bear in mind, these were two very experienced detectives who had every reason to believe at the time that they were dealing with an open and shut case. Norris wasn't just the obvious suspect. He almost begged to be arrested and charged. He was close to the scene of the crime. He admitted to stealing jewellery from the victim's body. He had a record that appeared to single him out as precisely the kind of violent criminal they were looking for. And, to cap it all, he confessed. In the circumstances, there can't be many detectives who wouldn't have come to the same conclusion as they did. I know I would. Even though this man Norris tried to retract his confession? Even so. Remember, that only happened when he came to trial. And as every policeman knows, and judges too, it's a ploy criminals often try. That wouldn't have been enough to sway me. Then what's behind it? Something they both find hard to put into words, though Derry gave me a clue to it when we talked. It's Norris's confession, not the fact of it, but the way in which it came about. He wasn't bullied into talking. Derry assured me of that, and even if he hadn't, I worked with Angus long enough to know he would never have permitted such a thing to happen.